Hello, hello angels, and welcome to today's little bit of insight. So I'm offering some insight today. I'm going to share a story. If you would like the story, then just please be patient with me while I say it to you. I'm sharing my love and light today and my personal story. So I have been helping my 13-year-old daughter to understand how if we want more love and light in the world, if we just want to see kindness all around us, if we want to feel love and connection, which is our truest self, if we're very honest with ourselves, that is our truest and highest self, then it has to start within us all. So here's my little story to help you with this. We have things called lollipop ladies in England, and they help children cross the road safely to get to school every morning. And you probably have them all over the world, huh? These are normally kind ladies or gentlemen who stand outside with fluorescent clothing on and enable children to feel, and parents to feel that if their child is walking to school on their own, they can cross safely. But actually, if you're taking your child to school, all those people rushing with their monkey minds trying to get to work, who sometimes live in this space and don't see with their eyes and break on time sometimes, right? We've all done it. We've all driven from A to B and gone in here, and we're not really concentrating. These wonderful people ensure that our children get to school safe, which is great. So we have a lady that stands on the top of this beautiful ridge. When you look out, you can see all the Welsh hills, which is where I live. And she is doing her job, but she was also a little bit in here. So I said to my daughter, watch this. And every day we drove past her, I would wave. And the first few times, she didn't really notice me, the first few days. And then after that, she did notice me, and her hand came up like. And then by the end of the week, I'd been doing this consistently, not reacting to her reaction, but just doing it from a place from me. From me, I'm waving at her to say hello and thank you. And I mouth the word thank you. Because she is doing a great job, right? She is ensuring that our children get to school safe. So I'm entirely grateful for that. Totally grateful. So by the end of the week, she's waving at me. And I wave at her on the way past and on the way back. All right, you're saying? And my daughter was like, yeah, all right. We're a month later now, and I've been doing this, and I don't do it every day because I'm not driving past her every day. But a whole month has passed, and guess what? She is almost looking for me now, looking for me in case she needs to wave. And she smiles, which she never did before, and she acknowledges that I'm saying thank you. Now, so the response I get now is like that, but also an awareness that I might travel past. So what I've done is by my changing my attitude and projecting to her love, just love and gratitude, has created in her a red flag. I put a little red flag in there, a little red flag to say I might come by soon in my car, which she's kind of looking out for now. And she responds to me with an acknowledgement of my saying hello. So I'm sending her hello, I connect with you. Number 2, I am sending to her a thank you, because I always mouth thank you, that I am grateful and that I am sharing that gratitude and love with her, and she's now able to see it. She's almost, her red flag in her body, in her mind, has been imprinted now, and she's ready for it. She's almost on alert, looking for it. Yeah? So whether she lives with that feeling of gratitude in herself and love is a slightly different matter, isn't it? Because I have, by my changing my behaviour, created something in her that didn't exist before. I've woken her up to my gratitude. I've woken her up to my love. And my daughter mirrored this back to me this morning. My 13-year-old neurodiverse daughter mirrored that back. She saw it and she went, wow, that lady's now looking for you now almost. She's waiting for you, just in case you come along, just in case you wave and smile and share that with her. She's waiting, and she's awake and more aware of her environment because you have planted that awakeness and awareness in her. Wow. Now, do you see how if my daughter is now understanding that in order for us to have a different world, and this is just one person and one act, right? One person, one act, yeah? My daughter understands clearly that if we want a different world, if we want a kinder world, if we want a world that is more in connection, more loving, with people that smile at each other and are kind to each other and think about each other and project that out from them, then we are the ones that have to change. We are the ones that have to think differently, feel differently, and then act differently. And this is how it works. You have to decide, you have to choose love. Not fear, not, I'm not going to say anything, she's got to do something. She was never going to do anything, ever. She needed somebody like me to wake her up. She needed somebody like me to make that decision that I choose love. I choose love every moment of every day of my life. And I decide, I choose it. I think it, then I feel it in my heart, my massive heart, and then I project it beyond myself to others. If I smile and look into somebody's eyes in love, then they see that and they will respond. It may take a little bit of time. We're not used to this stuff, right? The most of us are not used to this. But this is my gift. This is what I was born with. My sister said to me the other day, you were always the one, Julie. You were always the one when we visited all those relatives that we hadn't seen for years. And we did a lot of that. We did a lot of travelling when I was a child. We would go to people's houses we hadn't seen for years. But I would go in with an open heart and full of love, no matter what. And I would grab people and hug them. And I would share that love because I was excited to see them again. And no matter what, I always got a good response. I always got a hug back, even from the people who were like, I don't feel very comfortable, you know. And there'd be the odd one who actually would reject that, my love. And that, you know, that was fair enough. And I took that on the chin. And maybe my heart got a little thump. Ooh. But I never gave up. I never gave up on that, right? I never did. And she said to me, I had to go in after you, Julie. I had to go in after you and I had to hug these people that I didn't even know and I didn't want to. And that was this is what more people feel like. This is where my sister is sort of, she's a little bit more tentative and she doesn't share her love in the same way. She can't. It doesn't feel comfortable to her. So she always, she said to me, I had to go in and I had to hug these people because you did it first. But you showed me the way. You showed me how it could be. But it just didn't feel right in my body. And she's still healing. I mean, she's still healing now. But she does see that this is what she wants. She wants to feel this in her body too. Yeah? So if you notice that resistance in you, this is a younger part of you that just didn't experience the love that they needed. And that little part of you in that moment will go, oh, I don't like that. And it'll reject what your mind is thinking. Yes, I want to smile and say hello to that person. But if you notice this part of you that restricts, it just draws back in, that is a little bit of you from your past, a little child bit of you, much like my sister, yeah, who just didn't feel safe because maybe they did, when they were very, very small, reach out in the hope of receiving a kind and generous response and didn't get it. Didn't get it. So their heart got a thump like mine did and then withdrew. Just withdrew and thought, oh, that I didn't like that. That felt really, I opened my heart, I was vulnerable, and then the response I got was a withdrawal. And then that made my heart feel sad. That made my heart feel hurt. And so I covered my heart and I withdrew away. And next time I was expected or felt like I wanted to, again, that little part of me just drew away. It just drew away, was vulnerable, protected itself. And that is the resistance. But that is the inner child that needs to heal. So I was blessed with a gift of, despite my inner child, maybe getting a response. And remember, a response from somebody else is just them protecting their inner child, their heart that may have been hurt as well. So some people will be like me and they will keep opening their heart. No matter what response they get mirrored back into them, yeah? No matter what response their relative gives, they will still go there, even if their heart gets a thump, right? A thump. It's not reciprocated. That person doesn't mirror back what we project out. And I can certainly sense the many, many thumps that I got to my heart. But my gift was always to overcome and carry on doing that. Because some of us have to do that, right? Because if some of us don't do it, then we will all end up with hurt hearts, small inner parts of us that will never smile, never open up. And what sort of world will we create then? Really? So there are some of us that have been given that gift. And we all have gifts. We all have gifts that may feel sometimes like they're not the joyous gifts that we would hope for. They're quite tough little gifts, right? In the shadows, there are some gifts that we have. What's your gift? My sister has very different gifts from me. But what I would say to you is, what my clear message today is, if you want to have a world that's full of light and love, then it starts with you. You must go beyond that little tension or tightness, that restriction inside you. You must smile. You must acknowledge people. You must connect beyond yourself. You must be the light you want to see. So find something, find somebody in your regular life. And it might be the newspaper guy that sells you your sweets in the morning or your newspaper. It might be, like me, the lollipop lady that you see. It might be the teacher that's teaching your child. It could be anybody in your life that maybe you notice is a little bit inside, a little bit, lots of thinking, lots of drawn in. I've chosen lots of people to just focus upon. People who are doing kind things, but maybe aren't getting mirrored back to them any gratitude or love for what they're doing. And these are kind people. These are kind people. And there's another lady that makes sure the children, my daughter, and all the children in our local school gets into the school safely. Again, somebody is doing something. And every morning she stood out there in the rain, in the cold, you know, and she's been given that job by the school. Do you think anybody stops and thanks her for doing that? So that the cars don't run her over. Nobody has stopped. So I stopped one morning and just ran down my window and said to her, wow, that's a tough job. Who gave you this job? And she said, well, I was volunteered for it. She was volunteered for it. And I said, wow, so you didn't really want to do it? And she said, well, it needs to be done. Somebody has to do it. so I'm going to do it. Feel the energy of that. And so I said to her, well, thank you, because my child is now going to get past all these cars going in and out of this car park from school. And I'm really grateful for that. And she went, oh. And I went, yeah, thank you. Thank you. And she really appreciated that. And I tell you, every time I see her, and it's not every day, but when I do, I wind down my window and I just say something kind to her and I thank her. And guess what? She now is more awake and aware. She is more awake and aware of all the cars coming past, and she's ready to accept that acknowledgement from me. And every day I say it to her, her face smiles. And I know I have planted just a little bit more love, just a little bit more gratitude, because I acknowledged her actions, her sacrifice, because she didn't really volunteer for that job. The school gave her that job, but they gave her it because there is something about her that is kind and would take that job on. She's not getting paid extra for that. I know that. But now she sees the importance of her job because I mirror it to her. Now she sees that I am grateful for the job she does because I mirrored it to her. And she sees that I care. I love her for doing that. I share my love and connection with her for doing it. Be the light you want to see in whatever way, whatever gift you've got, whatever gift you have got. Just choose somebody. Make it your mission this week to just choose somebody. See what they're doing. Acknowledge what they're doing. Mirror it to them and say thank you. Thank you. And tell them how much you appreciate it and why. Just by you doing that, they see all those things. And they notice that their job that they are doing, the role they have assumed, the one they either got given or volunteered to do, is important, it's worthy, you are grateful for it. Mirror that, just mirror it. If that feels like too much, then just choose somebody to smile and wave at and say hello to. Wake them up. Wake them up to the connection of each other, of all of us. You can change a town. I am changing my town. It is my mission. Julie Jones, it is my mission to change my town, one person at a time, by smiling and saying hello. Wake your town up, wake your neighbourhood up, wake your friends up. Be the light you want to see in the world. Just be it. Be it. It makes you feel amazing. It's a win-win-win. It's great for your karma. It's great for your energy. It's great for your heart. It just makes you feel amazing. And when you mirror out amazing, you are amazing. And it's a cyclical thing. It happens beyond you. It spreads. Spread it. Spread this a crazy amazingness. You can spread your cough by coughing on everybody and telling everybody how unwell you are. Or you can spread the message of gratitude and love. Choose it. Choose it, choose it. Be the light you want to see. I love you, angels. I love you so much. If you like my message, if you would like to share my message, just share it. Just share it. It's a mission. It's my mission. It's my only mission. It's my mission. It's my blessing. It's my blessing. Share my love and light. You share yours. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. Bye. Bye-bye.